Hello, this is Janet Wright, and this is an energy healing recap video where I tell you all the energy healing techniques that I used in today's group energy healing. Today's date is the 10th of December, 2017, and it is Sunday, and so it's the second in the three healing set of healings called the triplet healing set. This overall triplet set, the December 8th, December 10th, and December 12th healings, and therefore videos that go with it, has a theme of clearing compulsive behavior or negative behaviors, and also time management and mindful action, because they're sort of two sides of the same coin. And the Friday healing was a real home run for a lot of people. Some people didn't feel it, a smaller number of people, but they were just really overwhelmed already with their life. So I think today's healing helped them, because even if you're too overwhelmed to feel the first healing, a lot of times, you know, the effects help you, and the next day you wake up much better, and then the second healing kicks in and it's like even better and you start to feel it. And so we'll see. I'm watching those people, so please do keep filling out your surveys whether or not you feel better or not. I need to know the information, okay? This healing, it was funny because the Friday healing, the angel said, you know, they picked out 4 participants, 2 males, 2 females, that were going to be my ultimate sample people when I was designing the healing. And then today, for today's healing, they kind of surprised me and said that I'm the sample person. So, I mean, they picked other people too, but it was like I was the primary sample person for today's healing, which has never happened before, really. I mean, I get the angels give me these healings sometimes as I'm giving them to the participants, and sometimes just that night in my sleep after everyone gets it. But anyway, so what I needed, and therefore what everybody needed, is help in being moderate, consistent, and balanced. So that's today's theme of the Sunday healing, is being moderate, consistent, and balanced. Because I think the Friday healing can unblock people a lot, because it was clearing invasive redirecting energy from parents and parent figures from this life and past lives. And so I think it like freed up a lot of people, you know, because it's like you can have this clutter in your energy field of what all these different people from your past and past really past lives didn't want you to do or wanted you to do. And it just creates this cacophony, my favorite word, and one of my favorite words, and you just go a little bit off, and you know, so sort of like you have this instinct to create and do, but it goes awry, you know, with all that misinformation in your energy field. So so that was actually very liberating, that healing, for me personally, and for a lot of participants actually. This one participant, she said she started dancing in her house. Woohoo! Not everyone had those results. But anyway, it was very liberating, and I kicked into this huge creative space, and I put up like 7 new videos. If you missed them, take a look at like recent videos, but like keep going back, because like about 1 went up Friday night and then 7 more went up Saturday night. But anyway, when you're not getting held back by these external forces, and so you can create, you still can have problems, and be compulsive. Because, well, like for me, and I think a lot of people as well, but I was the sample person today, so it's all about me. It's like you can have a mode of like over creativity that is compulsive, and then you can have a mode of under creativity where you're kind of stuck and maybe just fried from your compulsive overworking or over creating. So it's like this low gear and high gear, right? And then there's no middle gear, you know? And You know that expression, slow and steady wins the race? I think moderate and steady wins the race, because that's the ideal, so that's what I needed, because yesterday, Friday's healing was so great for me too, that, I was unburdened by all these, do's and don'ts, external do's and don'ts that were in my energy field from the past, that, I got, this massive creative influx of energy and whatever, and, but it was way too much, it was that compulsive over creating gear, the high gear, that I really got stuck in it. And, I created a lot of cool stuff and I'm happy about that, but it's too much, too intense an experience. So that's that the middle gear, because if I could be moderate, consistent, and balanced, that way I could keep being productive and overall create more, because then I wouldn't have that shutdown period afterwards. And I don't really have extreme shutdown periods. They're pretty peaceful and mellow. They're not like negative, but a lot of people have very negative shutdown periods, but it's still a period of a lot less productivity. So this is the idea, and this is why the angel said I was the sample person for this whole healing for 60 people across the planet. It's because it's a really it's universal, and so this healing had 8 parts to it. And again, it was based on what I need to become less compulsive and get that middle gear, but then also what would work for participants, certain ones that got picked out and everybody. So to give you that middle gear, and it's funny because this one participant, I really always appreciate people's feedback, and I learn a lot from it in sort of ironic ways sometimes, because she's like, oh, well, you don't talk a lot about your themes in the videos. And it's like, well, that's interesting, because the thing is, sure, everyone wants to be moderate and consistent and balanced, but it's a lot more than just words. You have to unblock yourself in very specific ways in order for that to actually be a reality. I think that's sort of the problem, I think, with large segments of spiritual culture, is it's just all talk. You can talk about free will, you can talk about this, you can talk about that, but if you don't know the mechanics of liberating yourself and regulating yourself, it's just talk, and you get these highs and lows, and it just doesn't translate into every moment of your life. So this video is about the mechanics of being moderate, consistent, and balanced. It's not anymore about the talk part about it, the theory. That was the theory part already. Okay, so the mechanics of it was an 8-part healing, and there are, I would say, part 2 and part 3, and then part 5 and part 6 are things that I will go back to consistently and do over time, because like I said, I was a sample person, so it's one of these healings that is, actually many of the healings are very relevant for me. They're all universal for all of us. But anyway, so just a heads up that some of this stuff will, it's like good stuff you could work over and over. Okay, so first I started, and it was a 25-minute healing this time. And that's one of my cats. But anyway, it started with a gentle combing through of the aura with gold light. Just very gentle. And sometimes I do that, but I just felt like people needed it extra this time. I think because the Friday healing was such a relevant topic. Invasive redirecting energy from parents. That is universal. If you didn't have a lot of that in this life from any authority figure at all, A, you're lucky. I'm jealous. But B, you did it in past lives, So anyway, I just felt like people needed gentleness to start off this healing. Because if you're clearing something that's so central to you, it's a little jarring. Even though it is liberating, it's kind of like, I have somebody commented in the comment section, which thank you for commenting in video comment sections. I think it's important to keep, the reflection about the ideas and to contribute if you want. I mean, it's optional, of course. But anyway, somebody said, are you depleting yourself if you clear all the time without, working on giving to yourself as well? And no, you're not really depleting, but it's like a yin yang thing where yin is your vulnerability, and you want to nurture your vulnerability. You don't always want to. Clearing energy is kind of like that self-assertive yang, you're asserting, you're saying, hey, this needs to go, you're taking action in your energy field. So the feeding your yin, your innocence, your vulnerability side, is giving to yourself. So that's why I needed to start so gently with this one. We then went to a tricolor, a chakra love version of tricolor earth energy soak, which is finally a walkthrough video, of course, I made yesterday in my compulsive binge of creativity. Over creating. But, I made some good stuff. So that chakra love version of the tricolor earth energy soak, that's what. Because the first step of the healing was first a gentle comb through of your aura. So let's do that first. Just make a copy of your aura out in front of you, and then just really gently, because gold light is not always the same. I mean, even if it's universal healing energy, it's just your intention makes a difference. So if you think, okay, I'm going to be really gentle, it's just much more delicate. And so just do that. Just be okay, I'm going to be really gentle with this gold light combing through my aura and my chakras and my body. I'm just going to be really gentle, because again, you want to kind of nourish that yin, your vulnerable side, and just kind of nurture that side of you. So I did that for maybe a minute in the healing, just to really, get people started. I mean, we already did the pre-healing hello process that I do with everybody, but this I just felt was a nice, necessary way to start it off. And then we did, like I said, the chakra love version of the tricolor earth energy soak. I'll explain what that is, but you can just do that walkthrough video if you want. But let's do a quick tricolor soak though. So the tricolor soak is you're just soaking your whole aura with red earth energy, then orange, then yellow. And then the chakra love version, after it is longer, you just then bring up red earth energy just through your physical body chakras, and then orange, and then yellow just through your physical body chakras, and then you do your astral body chakras. So you just kind of imagine out in front of you a live copy of your astral body chakras, and bring up the red, and then bring up orange from the center of the earth, and yellow earth energy from the center of the earth. And so it just purges extra to it kind of wakes up the flow in your chakras even more than just a regular tricolor. But you can do that walkthrough. So we're just gonna do maybe 1 or 2 colors of a tricolor right now. We'll see. So we'll see what I need, because this healing's all about me today. So just bring up the red earth energy into your space, not mine, please. Oh my God. Just have a nice wide grounding that goes all the way to the core of the earth, and just bring up the red earth energy through that grounding. And the grounding should be as wide as your aura, so 2 feet all around you, and just soak in that nice red earth energy. Soak your tummy, your intestines, your lungs, your shoulders, your knees, all your joints, your spine, your aura above your head, all the layers above your head in that red earth energy. And just leave it up there, leave it all the way up, and you don't have to have your hands moving. And then just comb through a copy of your aura as you're doing it, because that is what I do in the healings all the time. It's not just the soak, I comb through at the same time. Well, maybe not every time, but usually. So just gold light and just comb through, along your spine, all your major chakras, and just, remind yourself that it's okay, you can let go, because that's what I do in the healing. Just reminding people it's okay to let go of energy. And again, still with the red up there. I think we're gonna just keep it at red. The red's really working for me. Since I'm the sample person. I noticed in the comb through part of this soak that the bottom of everybody's aura layers really needed a little bit extra encouragement, just because that Friday theme of clearing invasive energy from parent figures was so central for people. I mean, it was like a real bullseye. So that means when it's a real central bullseye like that, that means like even if you didn't get another healing for like a week, you know, from me or somebody, you know, and you just did flow work, you'd still have a lot to release. You'd still have a lot of mileage sort of, and benefits you could get from that one topic. Just because it's like because we did all that chakra work. We did the sticky gold wax on all the chakras. I mean, there was a lot. So because first healings, I got to get people present. But anyway, so again, it's under your body. So if you're seated like this, you know, it's under there. If you're standing, it's under here. It just depends how you're seated. But your bottom of your aura is under your body, right? And it has 7 layers down there. And so the outermost layers on people were releasing pretty well, like 7, 6, and 5. But then 4, 3, 2, 1, those are the chakras that we worked extra in that Friday healing and therefore the Friday recap. So those are the layers of the aura that needed extra release. So again, those are the layers that are, you know, layer 1, 2, 3, 4 from chakras, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just comb through those extra, the layers, like maybe, you know, from the bottom of your body to like, you know, just over a foot down there. If your aura is 2 feet, you know, maybe it is more than a foot. So from the bottom of your body to, you know, whatever it is, 1.25 feet down. Just comb through that and let it release, because like you might have like a starchy sort of a nature to it where it just doesn't quite want to release. And so again, you can remind yourself, it's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. Yeah, that helped for me. Okay. So, and again, then we did a lot more, you know, with the orange and the yellow, and then just the chakras, the chakra love version. So the physical chakras, the 3 colors, and then the spirit chakras, the 3 colors. And that there's a walkthrough video of that called Chakra Love version of Tricolor Earth Energy Soak in a new playlist called Quick Energy Healing Clearing Techniques. That's a new playlist that is like in the last week I made it, and then, you know, because of this weekend of creative binging that I did, there's like 11 videos in there now, and they're all short, and they each have like, you know, pretty much 1 technique per video. Anyway, so that was part 1 of the healing. It's kind of a big part 1 because it's a lot of combing through and releasing, and the Chakra Love Tricolor Soak. So then we did some deep thought work. Fun. And then part 4, so it was like part 2, part 3, and back to part 2, but anyway. And then we did part 4, which was balancing the lower chakras with the upper chakras in both astral and physical. Because this moves into sort of the second concept of why I was, and it looked to be really universal too, but why I was more compulsive was that I had so much energy like running through my upper chakras and my shoulders and my arms, which is good for creativity, but I did not have enough energy running through 3, 2, 1, particularly when I was triggered and compulsive. I did not have enough of my life force in 3, 2, 1 and enough earth energy coming up my legs into my first chakra, because you want to bring up earth energy from the center of the earth with your feet chakra, and a lot of it through your legs. So like nice red earth energy, just with your intention, you draw it up through the bottom of your feet, and you bring it up at red. And even if you're grounding, you like it yellow or something, or orange, you bring up the red earth energy, because red is a great color for your first chakra, and that's where all this earth energy is headed. It's headed into the front of your first chakra and out the back of your first chakra. The angels wanted me to balance 7, 6, 5, and 4 with 4, 3, 2, 1. So I know 4 is twice in there, but that's how they had me do it. So it's like if you sort of compare the vibe and the strength of 7, 6, 5, and 4, and then you compare the vibe and the strength of 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's like you got to utilize these lower chakras more and more and more. It's not like you have to utilize them equally exactly, but if you're just too much in these, it makes you top heavy, and then it kind of makes you, less in control. So then you have a low gear and a high gear and no middle gear. So anyway, I helped everybody in their astral body and their physical body chakras to just sort of amp up and, use more their 4, 3, 2, 1s. 4, 3, 2, 1 chakras in the physical body and the astral body. So if you compare right now, and I know if you're a newbie, your mind might be blown, but just be an adventurous newbie, okay? Because your spirit is capable, your spirit's not a newbie. So go for it. Essentially. So just imagine out in front of you a copy of your physical bodies on one side, and a physical body chakras on one side, and spirit body chakras on the other side. And don't bother seeing them in detail. I mean, I'm totally advanced and I don't bother seeing them in detail, because right now I'm just sort of intention based, like feeling the vibe of like the upper chakras of my physical body, upper of my astral body, and then lower 4, 3, 2, 1 of my physical body, and lower of my astral body 4, 3, 2, 1. It seems like everybody's very top heavy. Everybody is more functioning with these upper chakras and very little of the earth energy in the legs and the lower chakras, 3, 2, 1. So they're using their spirit, more, and in particular their upper chakras a lot more than these chakras. So anyway, just work on strengthening 4, 3, 2, 1. Just with your intention, physical 4, 3, 2, 1, spirit 4, 3, 2, 1. Just, make them stronger. Remind yourself, hey, these are my energy centers. I can have as much flow in here as I need. These are my energy centers. They can help me, accomplish things in my life. They can help me be moderate and consistent and balanced. That's nice. Okay, and then when you imagine them apart like that, sometimes not always, but it can kind of, your spirit can go a little teeny bit out of your body. So just imagine, fitting back in, just in case that happened. Like wiggle your toes or something and feel that. So then we did a quick tricolor soak, and this was just a regular tricolor soak this time, just to kind of flush things out. Even just a regular tricolor soak of your whole aura, that 6-minute video that's out there, tricolor earth energy soak is the video title. It's great for flushing things out, because you don't want to get blocked up, and when you do these transformative things, it's great and good, but then if you get blocked up afterwards, you feel exhausted or whatever. So, that's why we splice in these little tricolor soaks, to just get everything washing out of you. So then you just get the positive effects without the weirdness. Okay, so then step 5, we did sticky gold wax for everything belly button on down. So I don't know why, well, I guess because the angels wanted it to be this whole region of the body, just to go for that, like, sort of top, to counteract that top heavy compulsiveness. Because when I look at people, the more compulsive they are, the more top heavy they are, the more they're not using these lower chakras of their physical body in particular and not bringing up a lot of earth energy of their physical body in particular. But usually there is a correlation too of like weakness in even their spirit body, lower chakras. So I did sticky gold wax for the legs and the hips, this whole area from the belly button. Where's the belly button on her? Right here. There's her belly button. So from belly button on down, I did sticky gold wax. So I have sticky gold wax walkthroughs now, actually, in that, as of yesterday, in that quick energy healing playlist. But sticky gold wax for legs and hips, I will just do the quickest version in the history of all mankind. So just imagine a copy out in front of you of your physical body and then a copy out in front of you of your astral body. You don't have to see it well at all. And just put gold light, sticky gold wax, gold light, you know, that just kind of melds to your physical body from the belly button on down, belly button down to your toes. Nice, warm, comforting, healing, sticky gold wax, and made of universal healing energy. And it's just gonna stick to everything that's healthy and gentle for you to release right now. And then you just, you can divide that sticky gold wax in half, a front half and a back half if you want. And then just go whoosh and take off part of it, give it to your angels. And then take off the other half whoosh, and give it to your angels. And just say, angels, can you please recycle all that? And then let's do the front half and the back half of your astral body from the belly button on down. And again, this is to create more flow down here so that hopefully you become stronger down here and not so top heavy and compulsive. So imagine your astral body out in front of you, and just, it's no big deal that you can't see it. Like, you can see my hand, it's just energy, so don't worry about it. Just gold light, warm gold, sticky wax, healing energy that's going to adhere to everything that is healthy and gentle for you to release right now in your astral body belly button all the way down to your astral body toes. And just this sticky gold wax is universal healing energy that's gold, and so it helps you, but then it's gonna be great because it's gonna stick to everything that you need to release right now. And then just divide it in two halves and whoosh, take off one half, give it to your angels, say, angels, please recycle all that. And then take off the other half whoosh, and give that to your angels, say, angels, please recycle that. How about that? All right, good job, everybody. And sometimes imagining, them separate like that, puts you slightly out of your body. Not always, but just so go ahead and imagine coming in again into your body through the top of your head all the way down into your toes and into your fingertips and into everything. All right. And then, so that was part 5 of the healing, the sticky gold wax for the legs and the hips, belly button down to toes. And then part 6 of the healing was a balancing of the arms and the shoulders, the flow down the arms and the shoulders, to balance that with the leg flow, the earth energy leg flow coming in the first chakra that we were talking about, because you want to be able to bring up red earth energy. And if your feet chakra are nice and flowing, it's going to happen. But sometimes with stress, you just get tension and you just don't bring up as much as you need. So just you just kind of check, am I bringing up enough earth energy through my leg channels for my first chakra? And me right now, I'm only bringing up half as much as I need, so I'm just gonna imagine increasing that, which is nice. Feels good. Earth energy is super comforting for your first chakra, so it helps you to be, it helps you not worry about anything, or worry a lot less, let's say. Okay, great. So again, as far as not being so top heavy, if you use these videos and everything, you maybe, you know, because like there's a new little video, sticky gold wax for your arms and your shoulders, to unblock your arms and your shoulders, in that new playlist called Quick Energy Healing Clearing Techniques. So the more you do that, the more you have this great, fantastic, wonderful flow here. And then there was that video, Chakra 4.5, which is this new chakra that's always there, but I never talked about it, that generates a ton of energy for your throat chakra, but also to run down here. And again, that video, Chakra 4.5, is in that new playlist, Quick, Effective Energy Healing Clearing Techniques. The quick playlist, let's say. But anyway, so if you have this huge flow down here, you don't want to be like me yesterday and go on this huge creative compulsive binge. I mean, you want to be very creative, but not like I was yesterday. That was like kind of out of control. Nice results, but not super healthy to do it like that. So what happened was I had so much flow up here and not as much flow down here, you know, coming up to sort of ballast and strengthen my first chakra and, you know, keep all this open enough and flowing enough. So I was not moderate in any way yesterday. So anyway, so that's what we did. The angel said that it's good to have a 60-40 balance for me and for everybody, ideally. So if this flow, the strength of this flow is like 60%, then you want to amp this up to be like 40%. Yesterday, I was probably like, you know, I don't know, like, I wasn't like that. I was like, you know, 80%, 20%, because this was just like, raw creativity. So anyway, so you want this 60%, this 40%, a lot more earth energy coming up here. So that's what I did for people. I thought about their legs and their shoulders, and I just, because different people, you know, there are plenty of participants that are participating, for example, on a spirit level, so they're not amping up chakra 4.5. Well, maybe they got the 4.5 healing, so their 4.5 is a little amped. But still, you know, it's like energy geeks who watch all these videos, their stuff is going to be way more amped. So you may have a ton of flow now coming through here. So that means you need to really catch up and bring up more earth energy in through here, and maybe even tone this down a little bit. I had to do that just a little, like your creative. Oh my God, there's this great video. It's one of the short ones now in that quick playlist. On your creative rings, to heal your creative rings. But like, so that was part of the problem with me yesterday too. I had so much creativity energy, you know, being generated coming to my 7th, and so much energy here, and like really not enough coming in this way to keep it back. It was just too much. So it became compulsive. So, so that's the thing. You may need to tone this down. You know, I mean, you probably don't, honestly. Most people have this pretty shut down, but I had to tone it down. And then this, if you're a hardcore energy geek and you've been rocking these videos, you may need to tone this down just a touch. Or just, most of you probably don't need to tone that down at all, but you need to amp this up so that it's 60-40, like I said. So the strength of this flow and the volume of this flow is the 60%. And then this earth energy coming up is the 40%. Just so it's not like 50-50, but it's close, you know? So again, just for you, just you could do a copy out in front of you and just kind of sense that, and just kind of encourage your legs a little more and your knees and your ankles to like relax so that you can bring up more red earth energy. And you may need to tone down your creative rings and your shoulders, but you probably don't. But if you're like a very avid energy geek, maybe you do. Just tone it down a hair, your creative rings and your 4.5, maybe. And so just bring more of that earth energy up, so it's 60-40. So you can be moderate and consistent and balanced. There. All right, so that was actually most of the healing, because step 7 and 8 are really quick. So I'm going to tell you step 8 first, just because it actually makes more sense. Again, I forgot to tell people to redo their gold energy aura buffer zones. By the way, that's finally now a video. The participants know because I emailed it to them, but Anyway, so there is an actual video now called Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. I forget how long it is. I want to say it's like 18 minutes, so it's pretty short. If you've never learned about Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones and how to instantly recreate them, I absolutely recommend that for energy self-defense. But anyway, in the healing, everybody's spirit knows about them, and so I asked them to have their angels redo, create brand new set of Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones for them. So everybody did that. And the point of that is they protect you. They protect your aura. They can get destroyed, but they're a buffer, so they get destroyed before your energy gets destroyed. So it's good to have a fresh set, particularly if your energy got all upgraded. But I recreate mine like probably 15 times a day or so. I just did it now, just thinking about it, just in case. So anyway, so there's that. That was actually step 8 in the healing, but it makes more sense to do it now. And then the final thing is just an end with an angel blessing. So go ahead and just ask your angels to bless you. And if you don't know what that means, it's just literally you say in your mind, angels, please give me a blessing. And your angels will hear that and do it. All right, so thank you for watching, and thank you for your surveys. If you're a participant filling out surveys, I really do appreciate that. Stay tuned for the Tuesday healing and or the Tuesday recaps, whichever, if you're a geek and a participant or just one or the other. And I hope you have a great day. And, I wish you the best working on this, being more moderate, consistent, and balanced. It can be done. I know it can be done, even though this is my issue too. I've made progress on lots of issues in life. This stuff really works, and you really, really, really can create change with it. All right. Woohoo! Bye.